Welcome back into Sportsmemo's NFL Every Game on the Board podcast. We're breaking down the back half of the card with Hunter Engelhart. Hunter, welcome into the pod. How are you?
Drew, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. First time on video doing this for our Friday breakdown of the game. So hopefully we can get some winners.
Yeah, first week of the simulcast on YouTube. Going to be in the books after this segment, but Hunter, let's get them some winners or at least some information on what might be the right side here on NFL Sunday action. Starting off this segment, 263-264 Washington at Miami. Man, the Dolphins only catching 3.5. This might be their best shot, Hunter, at a W, avoiding that 0-16, man. 3.5, that's the Redskins laying in Hard Rock Stadium. 42 the total here.
Yeah, and I know you're a Miami guy, so I'm not sure which way you're leaning here if you think they're going to pick up their first one, but I don't think it's going to be this week. I think Washington has the better defense and the better offense in this one. I see it a little bit I'm seeing some 3s and 3.5s. I'm going to lean Washington minus 3.5, and I think both defenses are poor when it comes to overall NFL defenses. So I'm leaning towards the over 42. I could see Washington winning this by 5 to 10 points. I think 3.5 is more than enough for Washington.
And if you had to say, kind of final records here on Washington and Miami, where do you think they finish? Is it like, record bad? Do you think one of them's got a shot at the real 0-16, or no? You think they'll find wins along the way?
I think Miami might get one win on the year. It could be this week. Like I said, I don't see it happening this week. But I think Washington can finish with 2 or 3, and I see Miami finishing with 0 or 1. They really need that quarterback draft pick, so we'll see how bad they want it.
All right. Well, we got San Francisco at the LA Rams up next. Looks like the Rams laying 3 flat now. It was 4. Did see a headline that the Rams canceled practice, I believe, yesterday due to about 50-mile-an-hour winds. And I'll tell you, Hunter, I'm sitting here right in Las Vegas, and it is windy. So just LA is about a 3-hour drive, I believe, from Vegas. I'd believe it, man. It's whatever's going on. I'm not sure with the weather yet on the West Coast, but it's very windy over here. We're seeing 50.5 as the total. It makes me look towards the under. Not sure if this wind's going to stay around, man. But what's your overall analysis on San Fran versus the LA Rams?
Yeah, I'm with you on the under on this one. If I had to lean, I would lean the under. But I think we saw some regression from the Rams in their past couple games, and I think this is a cheap buy on the Rams. I mean, I'm all in on the Rams at -3. I think they turn it around this week, and I think the biggest part of this game is there's no juice check or however you pronounce it the correct way, but the 49ers are the number 1 team when it comes to using the fullback, and he's not going to be there this game, so Kittle is going to have to block a little more. I really think that no juice check in this game is the key for the 49ers offense is pretty much just based off of him. I like the Rams to really, actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they blow out the 49ers +10. I mean, everyone is going to be on the 49ers with the way they played against the Browns, but in my opinion, it was just the Browns played really, really bad football. And I think it's time for this Rams team, who was a Super Bowl team last year, don't forget. I think they bounce back this week.
Yeah, I think their defensive line makes it real tough on San Francisco's offense. I like the under, and I like the Rams with you. We got Atlanta at Arizona here. Man, the Falcons. It's interesting to see what's going on there in Falcons camp, man. Something is definitely not right, and we're seeing it in the line. They're going up against the Arizona Cardinals and laying 1.5 to 2.5, depending on where you're shopping. 51.5 the total here, Hunter.
Yeah, in my opinion, this game is almost impossible to handicap. In my opinion, I mean, there are just so many question marks. It's like Atlanta is just giving up on the season. Arizona, I mean, Kyler Murray's all over the place. Sometimes I see he looks like a first-round draft pick some plays, and then other plays I'm like, we got another Mitch Trubisky. I mean, this is I can't even begin to try to break down what I think will happen, because I think it could be 25-10, and it could be either team. In my opinion, it's a coin flip. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick the home team plus the points, just for the fact that I really do think it's 50-50. And I know the over-under started at 46. It looks like it's all the way up to 51 and a half, I think. So I'd have to lean the under. Anything over 50, I'm going to lean to the under. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that makes sense in terms of both offenses. I don't know. It's interesting to see what the Cardinals are doing offensively. I kind of like them here at home against the Falcons. That's the way I would lean in this one. We got Dallas at the New York Jets. Cowboys laying 7 on the highway. 44.5 the total here, Hunter. And from just kind of seeing mainstream media here, it looks like Darnold with mononucleosis. Not sure exactly what his status is here and how healthy he is 100%. But there is a quote out there saying that he doesn't want to die on the football field. Thought that was kind of interesting. But either way, we're seeing the Cowboys -7 on the highway, 44.5 the total.
Yeah, and I think Sam Darnold back is a huge advantage for the Jets in this game. With his ability to throw the ball, I think that opens up the run game for Le'Veon Bell. I think Darnold can get the ball to Crowder and all those people on short slants. I really think him as the quarterback is going to open up a lot more opportunities for this Jets team to score. This Dallas team did not look good against the Packers last week. They did have 14 points in the fourth quarter. They did finish strong, but for some reason, I want to take the Jets plus 7.5, plus 8 at home. I'm contradicting myself right now because it's like at -6.5, I think I'd take Dallas. +7 and above, I think I'd be on the Jets. But I really think Darnold is going to come out ready to play. I mean, all he's done is watch film the past 3 weeks. So he's going to be mentally prepared, and I don't think Dallas is really going to know what he's going to bring to the table. And I think by that time it might be too late.
I can see that happening as well. We got Tennessee at Denver up next here, Hunter. 40.5 the total. Denver Broncos laying 1.5 or 2 at home, a mile high. Always interested in teams making this travel spot. It's a tricky handicap of sorts, but you interested in getting involved here with the Titans and Broncos?
Yeah, and see, this Titans team confuses me because they look like two totally different teams depending on who they play. Sometimes they battle and they look like a team, and then other times you're like, is this the team we saw last week? So they're just a scrappy sort of team. I do like where are we at here? 39. I do like the over 39. And if I had to pick, I'd pick Denver -1.5, -2, simply because the fact I like Denver's defense, Denver's run defense, and I think they can control Derrick Henry, and really that's what Tennessee tries to do is get Derrick Henry going and then try to throw off Derrick Henry. I do like Denver -2 at home. I would take Denver's offensive weapons any day over Tennessee's weapons. We got Lindsey and Sutton and that. So for that reason, I'm on Denver at home.
All right, we got the Sunday nighter and the Monday nighter ahead here in the rest of the podcast. And guys, Hunter has a 5% play. That's the top rated play at Sportsmemo.com. He's up profitable this year in NFL, and he concentrates in NFL and Major League Baseball. Those are the two sports he's spending most of his time in, and having success in both. So check him out. We'll talk a little MLB playoffs here at the end, but he does have his 5% NFL play up at sportsmemo.com. Normally priced at $40. You can grab that for just $9, $31 off here using the coupon code HUNTER9. That's HUNTER and the number 9 at checkout. We'll take a huge discount off of his 5% play in the NFL going off this weekend. So $31 off, just $9 for his top play. Hunter9 is the coupon code at checkout. Let's talk the Sunday nighter here, Hunter. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the LA Chargers. 6.5, the Chargers laying at home. 41.5 the total here, Hunter.
Yeah, this Chargers team is not going to make the playoffs. They're just not good. They're banged up. And we saw last week against the Broncos. I mean, they scored 13 points at home. In my opinion, the O-line is in shambles, and I think this front four and the linebackers for the Steelers are going to be all over Rivers. They're going to be getting pressure on him. I just don't see Rivers getting in a comfort to really put up points or make it a minus 7 point differential. So I'm going to have to lean Pittsburgh +7. I think they looked good against the Ravens last week. I just can't see this Chargers team, blowing the Steelers out. I think this is going to be a very, very tight game. I think it might come down to a field goal maybe at the end. But so I'm leaning towards the under just because both teams are really not putting up a lot of points. So I'm on the under 41.5 and Pittsburgh +7.
All right, good stuff, Hunter, there. Finishing up the Sunday card, the Monday Nighter, look ahead towards October 14th, Monday Nighter, Detroit at Green Bay, NFC North Division matchup here. 46 the total in Lambeau, 3 in the hook. That's what the Packers are laying at home.
I'm going to be on the Packers here at Lambeau, strictly because it's really hard to beat Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau Field, and especially if you can get it under 4. I think it's like 3.5, some are 4. But I'm going to take Green Bay at home. I mean, this Detroit team did make a game against the Chiefs last week, but this Packers defense is a lot better than the Chiefs defense, in my opinion. I do like the over 46 in this game. I think this is going to be a shootout, like I said. So I'm on the over 46. I like Green Bay -3.5. Detroit's going to need to stop the run. And another interesting thing that I've seen with the Packers is they're playing more conservative. So when they get the lead, we're seeing them play and put up a lot of points in the beginning of games and then kind of tapering off and only putting up points when they need to in the second half. They kind of play on their heels and play very conservative to get wins. So I think Detroit is going to keep it close, and I think Aaron Rodgers is probably going to have the best game of the year this week. So I'm seeing 46 is going to be way low in my opinion.
All right, good stuff, Hunter. Let's talk some MLB playoffs. But guys, first, coupon code Hunter9 gives you his 5% play in the NFL for only $9. Huge discount there with coupon code Hunter9 at checkout for Hunter's top play in the NFL. We got MLB playoffs, Hunter. I mean, it's been a fun one. The division series so far. There's been some good series. The Rays went punch for punch with the Astros there, and what in the other NLDS, it was a great matchup as well. I mean, the Nationals come out. That was a heck of an ending in that one. It was really surprising, unfortunate for Kershaw and LA Dodgers fans, but overall exciting. So far, it's been a great MLB playoffs, man. What have you kind of learned here? Do you change your handicapping at all in the MLB playoffs? And anything else you want to throw out, in terms of on the diamond betting?
Well, in my opinion, what I've learned here is between the Nationals and the Cardinals is we got really, really good starting pitching. I think the starting pitching outweighs the hitting, even though we did see some high numbers totals when they did in the NLDS. So I'm gonna be leaning towards a lot of first half unders in the Nationals and the Cardinals series. I think the Nationals don't deserve to be here in my opinion. I think the Dodgers gave them the series. I think the Cardinals just flat out beat a really, really good Braves team. And I think the Braves just underestimated how good the Cardinals really are. Their lineup is hitting. I mean, they're 1 through 9. They're hitting as a team, and they're rallying off each other. So I like the Cardinals to win this series in the National League. And we go over to the American League. I think we're going to see a lot of overs in the American League. I think the hitting, as history says, AL hitting is kind of been dominating the league. I think there's going to be a lot of overs in the AL with a little less starting pitching dominance, I guess you could say. Without Houston, I think Houston has 2 guys who are really good. Greinke did not look good. So I'm going to lean a lot of overs in the American League and some unders in the National League.
Okay, so more from a total standpoint. And in terms of the AL series here, who would you go with? I mean, what would you, I guess, price it at? And I don't know. Do you think the Yankees really have a shot here with their starting pitcher to knock off the Astros?
No, I don't. I think this is the Astros' year again. I think they're going to end up winning the whole thing. They really are the most complete team when it comes from, hitting for power, speed on the base paths, hitting for average, starting pitching, bullpen. I mean, this Houston team, in my opinion, is the most complete team by far. And I think they were just taking the Rays a little lightly and let them hang around. But I see a Houston and Cardinals World Series.
Nice. And who would you go with that? You go with the Astros?
I got to go with Houston. Yeah. I don't see any way that Houston doesn't win this World Series with the complete team. Even if their starting pitching is off and they give up runs, they have the ability to put up runs themselves even more than the Yankees do. So they don't hit for a ton of power like the Yankees. Yankees are just going to hit a bunch of home runs with an occasional rally inning or two. But this Astros team can hit for power. They can hit for average, depending on what pitcher is in there. They're just miles above the rest of the people. The rest of the teams, I'm sorry, in the playoffs. If the Dodgers were in it, I would say the Dodgers could give them a run for their money. But with the Dodgers out, I don't think there's a chance they lose.
All right, man. Good stuff. He's Hunter Engelhardt at sportsmemo.com. He's up just under 50% ROI, return on investment in MLB from this season. So check out his MLB service as well. Rest of the year specials there, and still putting up plays for the MLB playoffs. So concentrating in MLB and NFL for now. And guys, remember the coupon code Hunter9 at checkout for his 5% NFL play. Hunter, thanks for the time. Best of luck to you guys out there. Appreciate y'all chiming in on Twitter, in the YouTube channel. Let us know what you think of the videos, and have a fun, safe weekend. We will be back on Monday with Teddy Covers NFL every game on. Excuse me, not every game on the board. It is every game on the board, but it's the opening line segment. So check us out on Monday. Best of luck with your bets this weekend.